Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be breaking down Drag Bat at Town Hall 13. Alright guys, so we just finished our CCLE match against One Hive, and I'm sure you guys all know who they are. Pretty known clan, and I'm telling you, this war, it was really intense. It was super fun. I mean, right up till the very end, it was a tied ball game. It was anybody's win. But you can see here in the last 5 minutes, RJ, I'm going to go ahead and underline it, RJ and H2O, they came in picking up triple after triple for sticks, and we ended up pulling out the win 64 to 62. And guys, the strategy I'm going to be showing you that helped us get that win, you probably think it's Yeti Smash, you probably think it's Hybrid. It's actually not those. I'm sure you all know those are the strongest strategies right now. But since the base building meta is catching up to defend those two strategies, we're starting to see a lot of single Infernos, and we're starting to see a lot of ground Expos. So the strategy I'm going to be showing you is actually Drag Bat. And I know, pretty crazy, but I mean, with these single Infernos, Drag Bat comes in, and it's just crushing bases. So you guys are going to want to pay attention. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and roll the replays, and then we're going to break it down as we go. Before we do that, guys, I do want to mention that I release Clash of Clans content every other day. So you're going to want to hit that subscribe button. You're going to want to turn on that notification bell if you want to stay updated with the top Clash of Clans strategies that the pros are using. Okay, so on number 19, Chicano ended up pulling out the triple. And guys, when I'm explaining to you a new strategy, what I like to do is I like to break it down in phases. I think that's the easiest way to explain it. So this is going to be a 3-phase attack strategy. Phase 1 being the Sui hero. You want to get the pathing down for your dragons with the Sui hero. Phase 2 is going to be sending in your dragons. And phase 3 is going to be your bats. In this situation, he's actually going to be using a Stone Slammer, I think, or a Blimp into the Town Hall. So this is actually more of like a 4-phase attack. Phase 1 is the heroes. Phase 2 is the dragons. Phase 3 is getting the town hall down with the siege machine. And then phase 4 is going to be dragons. But in most cases, you can either send in your siege with your dragons, or you can use it to take out a section of the base. It just depends on the situation. Alright, so he starts out with the king over here. And what he wants to do is he wants to put his king this way. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Alright, so he wants to put his king this way. And he wants his king to take all of this stuff out over here. I'm going to go ahead and keep playing it a little bit farther. You're going to see where he puts his queen. Let me zoom in. Let me delete that. Okay, so he has his queen right here. So he wants his queen to take out this section over here. He has his king over here. He wants his king to take out this section. And you can see here, he's going to want to send his dragon straight into the base like this. Got a nice path. You want your dragons to have a spread, but you don't want them spread too wide. You want to be able to reach all of your dragons in one range, and you want to be able to have them all inside the warden range. So pretty good spread there. I mean, a little bit wide funnel. Could have been a little bit narrow, but it doesn't really matter. All right, so hero's moving in, making the funnel, and you're gonna see, because if he's sending his dragons in this way, I mean, what would he do? The town hall is over here isolated. So his plan was he had to use the siege machine to go in and take out the town hall. Otherwise, that town hall would have been left up, and guys, we all know if we leave the town hall up, that is not good. That is going to result in a 1-star. Alright, so dragons moving in, puts down loons. You always want to put down some loons in front of your dragons to pick up some mines if there is any. And he's actually using the blimp. I'm sorry, I thought he was going to use the stone slammer. Alright, so he sends the blimp in. So you can see if dragons are making their way in this way, blimp is coming in this way. Blimp's going to take out this section, and he has the pathing, and dragons should keep going straight through. And then let's see where he's going to get the pathing down for his bats. Remember, guys, when using bats, you want to try to get a narrow path so the bats could bunch up and go from defense to defense and just start one-shotting. Alright, so troops moving in. Look at those dragons. Going to take out that enemy queen. He is fighting a sweeper. I mean, you really don't want to fight a sweeper if you can prevent it, but in this situation, it doesn't matter because the base is just overpowered. Alright, let me go ahead and pause it. Okay, so you can see here, guys, when you do your bats, you see how he's starting them on the corner? You always want to start it on the corner of the base, and this is called a bat wave. There's 2 different ways to use bats. There's a bat wave and a bat bomb. A bat bomb is when you drop the bats right on top of a section of the base and to take out a section on top, right on top of the defenses. A bat wave is what Chicano's doing in this situation. A bat wave is where you drop the bats right on the corner of a base. Like I said, you always want to try to drop them on a corner, and they're going to come in, and they're going to go from defense to defense to defense, and they're going to take out, the bats are going to come out and take out this whole top section. And remember, guys, the only thing that could really kill your bats is splash damage. So that's like wizard towers, infernos, scatter shots. Those new scatter shots, they are deadly, the bats. And you can see here though, he has a single. Singles are not really a threat, the bats, because there's so many bats. The singles, they just can't keep up, and the bats just overpower it. And that's what makes singles so great for bat attacks. So you can see here, bats coming in, they take out the single. He freezes the scatter shot, because like I said, that scatter shot can be an issue. So he freezes the scatter shot. Bats are moving in. He still has some dragons up. Eagle is still up. Eagle's up a little bit longer than I would like. You guys, you want to try to get that eagle down as fast as possible. But it looks like the dragons kind of like split and went one way and one went the other way, and they just left the eagle up. But it's not a problem. He took out the whole section over here with the bats, which is great value. And then the dragons took out this whole section, and then the blimp took out this section. And there you go, guys. Base is crushed. Dragbat. Who thought Dragbat was going to be a viable strategy at Town Hall 13? I mean, with those new scatter shots, everybody said, oh, bats are going to be dead. Bats are going to be dead. And guys, that is not the case. Actually, I just did a video on Yeti bats. I'm going to go ahead and link that up top, because that's also a strategy that you can get done when you see single infernos. Crazy. Bats, guys, bats are making a comeback. And there you go, guys. That's a triple. All he has left is cleanup. Still has a dragon up. Still has a king up. And still has an RC up. Ooh, he had a little army camp down at the corner. That could have been an issue. Good thing he still got it. Alright, guys. So what we're going to do is, let's go ahead and get into the next replay, and we'll try to break it down even a little bit more. Okay, so the next one's coming from H2O Heath on base number 8. And actually, guys, this is one of the attacks that went in the last 5 minutes that got us the win. So he did have a lot of pressure. And you guys are going to see that, because he does make a tiny mistake that could have cost him the whole attack. But he ended up recovering. I'm going to go ahead and show you that when it actually happens. But until then, this is the same thing as last time. It's going to be a 4-phase attack. So phase 1 is the heroes. And the point of your heroes is to come in and make the funnel for the dragons. Phase 2 is going to be sending the dragons in. Phase 3 is going to be the blimp to the town hall. And this doesn't have to be it actually doesn't have to be in any order. You could actually do the blimp first into the town hall, and then the heroes. I mean, I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible. So we're going to say here, phase 1 is the heroes for the funnel. Phase 2 is the dragons. Phase 3, he sends in the blimp to the town hall. And then phase 4 is the bats. So let's go ahead and play it, and we're going to break it down as we go, just like last time. And hopefully you guys will start to understand this and start to see a pattern. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so he put a few loons up top to take out a defense, and he maybe wanted to take out that cannon. So he's putting an ice golem down with this queen. And the reason you put an ice golem down is when you're sending your queen in, and there's a lot of defenses that would be targeting her, you send in the ice golem just to take some damage off her, so she can just get a little bit more value. That's the reason you see people do that sometimes. So the ice golem's going to come in, and you can see he's tanking the archer tower, tanking the wizard tower, tanking the cannon. And when the ice golems die, they actually freeze everything that's in range of them. So that gets the queen a little bit farther. Otherwise, the queen might have got hardly any value. Okay, so you can see here, the queen actually doesn't get that much value. Even with the ice golem, she only took out this stuff right here. I mean, he probably wanted her to take like all of this down. She actually died pretty fast. I mean, she did have a lot of point defenses on her, but still got enough value for the attack. Still made the funnel good enough. Okay, and then he goes ahead and starts the RC a little bit early. Puts the RC, wants his RC to take out some of these defenses over here. And the reason being is he's actually going to send his blimp in down there, so he didn't want those defenses to be a problem for his blimp. So sends the RC in, and let's take a look up top. Up top, actually a really smart play by him. He ends up using an E-drag for a funnel also. He actually had a scout, so he knew the Teslas were up there. So he puts the E-drag down. He wants his E-drag to get all the chain value, basically, to get all that chain value. And that'll actually help his funnel also, because he's going to want to be sending his dragons in straight like this. So the E-drag definitely helps them funnel. Otherwise, the dragons might have split this way like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and pause it. Give me 1 sec. Let me delete that. Okay, so let me zoom out. So let's see what he has done so far. So far, he did the queen, and the queen took all of this out. He did the E-drag, and the E-drag took this out. And then he does the king, and the king's going to walk down this way, and he wants his king to take out all of this. And you can see here, look at the pathing he has for his dragons. Nice narrow path that goes straight through the base. When you guys are thinking and planning your attacks, you guys need to think things out. Like, think of it in phases. Like phase 1, how am I going to get the funnel down? Phase 2, where am I going to send my dragons? it just takes a little bit of thought. I'm not gonna lie, this strategy isn't just a spam strategy where you can just throw troops in and triple like Yeti Smash. It does take a little bit more thought, but it's really awesome when you get the triple and you can show off a little bit and be the best guy in your clan. You want as many attack strategies as possible in your toolbox, so depending on bases, you can just break down bases and destroy them. Okay, so let's see. King making his way. King's going to help with the funnel. And Dragon's moving in. And guys, watch here closely. I'm going to show you what his mistake was. Should be happening any second. Dragon's moving in, which is great. Dragons have a nice funnel to move in. And you can see here. Let me pause it, actually. Do you see how all of the dragons are inside the warden? See the warden? And you want to use your warden ability when all the dragons are inside the range, so you can get as much value from that warden ability as possible. So I usually like to do an early warden before the dragons split off and you don't catch all of them in range. So uses a beautiful warden early, which is really nice. And then looky here, guys. I'm gonna tell you what the mistake was. Okay, so after he sent in the dragons, he was supposed to send his blimp in to the town hall like this, so it could take out this section. Because we all know the town hall has a Giga Inferno, and that Giga Inferno, it will roast your bats in seconds. So before he does the town hall, he makes a mistake. He starts the bats right here, and the bats start moving in. Good thing, I mean, he caught his mistake right in time. I mean, watch this. Sends the blimp in just in time. If he would have waited a few seconds later, he might not have got it in time, and those bats got in range of that town hall. That would have been a big problem. Actually, they do end up getting a few, but he thinks fast and he ends up having to freeze it. In the original plan, he was not supposed to use a freeze on that town hall, but he thought fast and he was able to save it because those bats would have got roasted. All right, so bats moving in, take out an air defense, and look how much value these bats are getting. I mean, the bats are still up. They're going to take out the rest of the base. I mean, that's insane value. If you can get your bats to stay up till the end, that is great. I mean, at this point, he only had a lot of trash, and I mean, we were all on voice chat, and we were really scared that he was going to time fail. I mean, look at this. He has storages up. He has stuff up in the corner. That enemy RC, we thought she was going to be a big problem. And also, so you guys know, when bats go on storages, they do take a little bit of time to get through. So bats are taking their time on the storages, and you're going to see this. They get through just in time. Watch this, guys. It was insane. There you go. Bats take out the storage, and they come in just in time. Clutch to pick up the triple. I mean, crazy stuff, guys. I'm going to go ahead and leave this up. Screenshot the strategy. Train it up like always, guys. Comment down below and tell me, is this strategy working for you? And as always, guys, thank you for tuning in.